Hey folks, Micah McGee here. Today is the last video in this week's series, Camp Dog. Camp Dog makes all kinds of good seasonings. This one here just happens to be a blackening seasoning. I don't know if people up north even know what blackening is. With modern technology, people are starting to learn things. They've even got biscuits and gravy up north now. That used to just be a southern thing. But in today's video, we're going to take a meat that is usually thrown away. And it's just basically the same as redfish, which is in saltwater, a very well-known fish for blackening. And I'm going to show you how that we're going to blacken it. First of all, you're going to pat it dry. And this seasoning that he's got is made specifically for this. Now I'm going to put it in this bowl. I'm going to take me some melted butter and I'm just going to pour it over this fish like this right here. Whee, doggies. And in the bowl, it actually what runs off just coats the bottom. I'll set this back over here to keep it warm. I'm going to open up a stick of butter. I've already got my black skillet sitting on the stove, and it's a wood stove. I'm going to take me a butter knife, and I'm going to cut me off about so much of this, and we're going to get it in here. And we're going to put it right here in this skillet. Now look at that. It's already getting quite hot here. We've got us a good fire going. And that's why I didn't want to get too far ahead one way or the other, but we don't want our butter to burn. The main part of the heat of a wood stove is right there. I can move this here and adjust, but for blackening you do want it quite hot. So that'll be ready by the time we get this ready. We're going to take our Cajun Camp Dog seasoning, and we're just going to use that butter as a binder to stick all over this, just like that. You want a nice thick crust. Then we're going to turn it over, do the same thing to the other side. It's already got the butter applied. Now I didn't tell you what kind of fish this is yet. This is freshwater drum. A redfish is a drum. It's just a saltwater drum. Let's go ahead and throw this in here. Look at that. And while that's starting to go, I'm going to take my next piece of drum. I'm going to pat it dry real quick and just go through the same process. And as you can see, if everything is ready to go, if you've got your butter melted and your seasoning on hand, it goes fairly easy. We're just going to lamb it on it, just thick. Just like so. Turn it over, do the other side. Blackened fish. This is basically a freshwater version of blackened redfish. I've got 2 freshwater drum here. That makes 4 nice big fillets. And to finish this out, I got some really nice big catfish that we're going to also be doing here in just a minute. Down in Texas, we call them Gasper Goo. Up in the north, they call them sheep's head. Neither one of those is the actual name, because the actual name is a drum, freshwater drum. Alright, I'm going to take a little peek on this first one. I'm going to flip it right here like this right here. Look at that. It looks very nice. Now, it looks black. It looks burnt. You don't want to burn it. The blackening is the seasoning color, not the burning butter. We don't burn the butter. You want to try to avoid slinging it around and stuff, because it will knock off some of that crust and therefore the blackening. I'm going to get some more butter going real quick for the catfish. Actually, it's going to take it all. May as well just do it all. Throw it back here. Let's take just a moment to look at the fire, see how the fire's going. Look at that. I think it's going good, don't you? Yes, sir, and that's what's propelling this machine. Good old wood fire. Now I'm going to see how this big one looks. I'm going to flip it. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. So every year when we're out doing our trot line fishing, we're mainly focusing on catfish. Inevitably, almost every year, we catch a drum or 2. I don't know why it's not more, because people just don't keep drums. People throw them back or just throw them up on the bank or whatever. they're a good fish, we don't turn them down. When we get a drum, we keep it. And one of these drum was actually netted by my neighbor boy, and that was cool as it could be. I kind of think it was Hunter. Okay, these catfish were very large and in charge, so I'm going to cut them in half so that they will be a little easier to manage in the stove on the skillet. I only have 3 fillets of catfish, but my goodness, what fillets they are. And I can tell by looking, they are channel cat. And channel cat can have a little bit of a stronger flavor, so in my opinion, going with this heavy blackening season could be the ticket to making them even better than they are in other ways. We like to usually take these great big ones, put them on a smoker, and that smoke penetrates that meat, and it really gives it a good flavor. But today we're blackening. I want this catfish to be ready to go on just as soon as I pull my Tennessee redfish out, because that skillet's going to start smoking when that meat comes out. We don't want that. We want that skillet to remain a steady temperature, not go haywire. So we got this all ready, and now it's time for us to get our drum out and keep it rolling. Definitely beautiful. All right, we're gonna follow that up right away with these 2 big old pieces of fish. Right in there like that. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and put the seasoning on this one. Pop them down in that butter, waller them around. Whew. That butter's gonna have to make it good. Very excited to be honest about it. Let's go in with this. I'm just going ahead and doing it this route now, because the bottom is starting to come loose when I put it in there, if I turn it over in the bowl. We always go every year. We haven't always gone in a houseboat, but we are now. It's very fun with the family. The family's old enough now to all enjoy it. We don't have no little toddlers that may accidentally fall overboard, just me. And so it's fun, and we're hoping to do that again this year. You'll probably see that will come out in June, because we usually do it in that general time frame. We'll take a little peek here. It's really turning black nicely. I'm gonna say go about 2.5 minutes per side on these big ones like this. You can kind of look at the end and see how the cooking is coming through the center of the fish. About halfway or thereabouts. Maybe not quite even halfway, because when you turn it over, it continues to cook for a while on that other side, and it'll come together. All right, let's get this catfish off of here, and we'll get the last batch on, and then we'll get the kids together, and we'll see how we like this bad boy. Big old chunks. This bottom has got all this butter and the seasoning. I'm just gonna scrape it up, put it on this fish. Oh my goodness. All right, boys, let's try it out. We're gonna try catfish, we're gonna try drum. Hoo-hoo-hoo.
Which one's the catfish and which one's the drum?
This is the catfish. This is the drum. Okay. I'm gonna take this drum and just slice it up. Look how white that meat is. And then I'm going to do the same with the catfish. Catfish is just a little softer of a type of meat, which we already knew that. Everybody can help theirself. Try the drum first. I'm gonna put this up. Oh, David got Mary covered. All right. It's a white meat. It's a little bit bigger drum, so it's not fall apart tender, but what do y'all think? It's still pretty good, ain't it? Okay, let's talk about the flavor of the camp dog.
Very flavorful.
You like it?
Yeah.
Is it too spicy for you?
No. about perfect.
Look at that. All right, everybody, let's go in for some catfish. I can already tell it's going to be better. Catfish down the hatch.
Very good.
White meat, flaky meat, with a good blackening crust on it. Mary, what do you think about that?
It's good, yeah.
Does anybody have any opinions on the catfish being better?
To me, it's about the same.
About the same? The taste is definitely about the same.
Yeah.
Fish is more tender. I think the catfish is a little more tender, even though it was thicker. We'll go ahead and finish this drum off, and you can readjust your taste buds.
The drum is a lot like mushrooms.
Drum is like mushrooms?
Yeah.
That's what happens when you feed your boys everything in the world. They start associating taste with things that you never heard of before, because a lot of people don't eat all these different crazy things.
They're both really good.
You can have it. Looks like a mustache. It's shaped like a mustache. You can just put it on your lip. Wouldn't that be cool?
You don't even need one.
All right, folks, there you have it. Blackening seasoning from Camp Dog. I'm telling you what, that right there is good. It's got just a little kick to it, a little spice, but not too much. What do you think about the spiciness level? Was it about right on your tender little throat? Is it?
It's right.
It's right? Oh, somebody asked me today on YouTube, is there anything that boy's ate that he don't like? I said he's not real fond of fried eggs. But everything else is free game, fair game to this boy. So anyway, we're going to get on out of here. Hope you go to the descriptions and find you some Camp Dog. Remember, 20% off if you use the code MUGGY. And if you can't find it in the descriptions, let me know in the comments, and I'll put it right there in your comment, and you can have free access to it without even having to go look. So anyway, we're going to get on out of here. We hope you have a great day. We'll see you on the next video.